Siyabingelela Babu Dokotela baba esizwa ojabulile siseThekwini lapha esisebenzela khona namhlanje na siqosheme phezulu ebhilidini sibizwa Nedbank House Building sise-19th floor suite 1904 to 1905. Today we are at studio number 1 at the dark room. Thank you very much.
Greetings, you are at home. It's your host, Babu Dokotela. Today, our unit of life. Babu Dokotela, greetings.
Greeting everybody, greeting.
Before we start our lesson, Babu Dokotela, I want you to send a strong message to these young guys with their black influence about you. What is that message, Babu Dokotela?
Hey. Let me be honest and transparent about my status quo.
Yeah.
Those people who've been used to instigate my patients, believe you me, your death certificate will be printed just now. I have to tell you the truth that your children will be taken care by somebody else, not you.
What about my wife
Your wife will be assisted.
as well?
Yeah, no, someone else will be assisting your wife too. Because there are men or women who are taking that forge of instigating my patients. Believe you me, I cannot be trusted. I know I'm rotten to the core. I'm not a good person altogether. I'm not, and I don't regret it. I had Quantum where we were loading people who are like you. Now we're pushing them to the train because Quantum is too small. But what I am saying now is this. Your children will be taken care by somebody else. Someone else will be staying with your wife because you'll be late. You'll be trapped. The sand will be all over your chest just now because I don't provoke anyone. I don't instigate people. But when you follow me, I won't follow you back. I don't follow people. That I can guarantee you. I do not instigate or provoke people. I don't follow people. And I don't mind about other people's progress or failures because this does not help me to pay rent. I don't, believe you me, I have to say this. I have to say this with a passion and understanding what I mean. I know that there are people who accept to be abused. If a person says instigate Babu Dokotela and see what will happen, believe me, you'll see. Believe you me, you'll see. First thing before we take you out, we'll rot everything in your bank account. We will make sure that all your savings has been destroyed. Cars will break, fan belt, everything. You'll spend all your money trying to fight the core, knowing very well that this is just a decoy. All I want is to waste you. You'll be wasted. And same younger that was misleading you, you'll be still alive. Having fun on earth, talking to me as a friend, knowing very well that I've killed your partner. I still laugh at you, but I know very well I am the one who's responsible for the death of a partner because you have abused him or her to come to my front line. Anything comes into my binocular, I have to take it out. Babu Dokotela has said it. Be warned. This is not a joke.
Yeah, that was a very strong warning. I hope people are going to refrain from doing that. Babu Dokotela, now let's talk about our home scent with holy ash and black salt. What does it do?
There are people that are around you. There are people who visit you. There are people who claim to be your friend, knowing very well they're eating your wife. Someone else is busy with your husband, or consider that person is your friend. There are people that are working with us in parallel line, but they're not one of our orbit. They're not in our same WhatsApp group. But now you need to know why this house has so many attacks. Where does it come from? Can it be able to be repelled? All you have to do, take your El Shaddai Holy Ash. Take your El Shaddai Holy Ash. If I'm talking about the Holy Ash, I have to be separated from the non-Holy Ash from the street. What is the difference between El Shaddai Holy Ash? Why it's 1,200? Because of R&D, research and development. Holy Ash has been researched and developed then any company that has sense, sounding company, they always charge for R&D, research and development.
Sure.
Which means if we are talking about El Shaddai Holy Ash versus the Holy Ash that you purchase from the streets, most of the time that you don't know, I have to tell you this. When I was in Calcutta, I have to see this thing. There are temples there in India where people who are demised or died, they are taken to the temple and they do the ritual prayers to the gods. And then once they finish to do their sacrifices and rituals to the gods, and they surrender the body for crematorial purposes. And they've got stand, like bride stand in India, multiple of stands, beds.
Sure.
And there are people whose mandate is one, is to make sure they receive the body, put piles of wood on top, and they paint something like a gel so that the body will burn faster than wood. And when that body burned, they take small amount of the ash and they take it to one of the river called Ganges River in New Delhi. They take it there and then they spray it over there. And the remaining ash, they keep it and then repackage it and sell it to the countries of believers, so that people will be polluted by these demonic ashes. Because those people who died, they died and then quickly went to hell and they received their attention in hell. And we are busy using their ashes on earth. That is why in countries like Islamic countries, you can't find this holy ash. It's not acceptable. Customs exercise there, they buy it. You cannot.
It's haram.
No, it's haram. You cannot sell it in India. In Pakistan, no, you cannot sell it. What I'm saying is this. When we're talking about a sand at home, you have to take El Shaddai Holy Ash bath with it before you sleep and wake up at 1 o'clock. Take the sand in your soil. Small amount of sand, not too much, small amount of sand, and take what is called black salt. Black salt is 200 rand because it's R&D as well. It's research and developed. Put it on your left hand and then hold it and start to pray. Do your decree and declaration. You need to know, why are we struggling in this particular home? Why only us in our families we are not doing well? Once you finish to do your prayer, and make sure that you discard the sand right there where you are standing, and take small amount of the black salt, wrap it with a white fabric or newspaper or a paper that is white in color, put it under your mattress and sleep. You are not going to hesitate who is behind you. And the black salt will literally reveal anyone who enters this house with the intention to pretend as if he is your friend or what. All your foes, your enemies, will start to pop up one by one. You have to sleep over this thing for a period of 36 hours, like 3 days full. Because we want you to come clean so that you stop hating people who have done nothing wrong, because we just suspect them. Yes, Babu Dokotela said it.
Babu Dokotela, why when they were talking about 36 hours of sleep?
Which means you will be sleeping there for 3 days over this thing. 36 hours is 3 days.
3 days?
Yes.
In bed, without moving?
No, you'll be moving, waking up and go back to sleep again.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Babu Dokotela, while we are on research, the latest research has resolved that the cleansing ceremony is core in the prosperity of our people. So now, what is your take on the cleansing ritual vis-a-vis the prosperity of the people?
Let us be honest.
Yeah.
We don't know our ancestors, but most of them, because we are using their names, we are even attached to their surnames as well.
Yeah.
Let me correct the spelling. You don't know them, but you're already calling their names as if it is your name. Meaning that if they left this earth or they died with something that is sinful they've committed. What I mean sinful, there are people who raped their own children. There are people who raped their own sisters.
Right.
In our Nguni history. We got that. That is why we got different names like Majosi, we got Ostole, we got all those names that they promoted after committing a sin. And now, if as a person you don't know everything, maybe you just have a name that is normal, but still nothing is moving. All you have to do, we have to do an ancestral cleansing. Once you do that ritual,
Sure.
and that is where you start to see light. You are not going to get rich. That is where you start to see light. That is where you start to see progress, because we have done that ritual because of cleaning their sins and mistake that they committed while they are still alive. Because for the fact that your father used to hit your granny or his mom, that alone, it has to be rectified. It has to be rectified in the realm of the spirit. But when you go to the Inyanga does not tell you about that. The Inyanga is all about you paying him or her. That's all.
And most especially about daughter, they only talk about people who died accidentally. They say they are cleaning the wounds.
Yes, washing the wounds, closing the wounds.
Exactly.
Yes.
Does that have any impact in the progress?
The progress is different because someone else will be so sick in such a way that he or she suffers what is called aphasia. Aphasia is whereby a person cannot be able to speak.
Aibo.
That alone, there is a ritual that we need to do.
Okay.
There's a time whereby a person suffers blindness. Sometimes the person becomes weak in a sense that cannot see anything.
Not being diagnosed with sugar diabetes.
No. Because of his lethargy, we call it lethargy. When you reach the stage 5.5, we don't have stage 7. When you're sick, you can't even reach stage 6. Just 5.5, then you'll be wasted. Yes, then you'll be gone. But some people, they die with the condition whereby they lose the sight. You need a ritual for them. They lose the speech called aphasia. We need the ritual for them. They come to a fall that they suffer what is called anorexia. They start to vomit everything. Meaning that even in the realm of the spirit, whatever you're saying, they'll throw it back to you until you do something for them. People don't understand. The rush to entertain those people who died accidentally, gun wounds, stabbing, all those things. But even those who were sick, in a sense that they could not speak anymore, they started to vomit. And then you need to do a ritual just for those people.
Yeah. Now let us come to our families. There is a man who comes home late due to the fact that the wife is sick. Not that he's sick, sometimes there are certain misunderstandings in bed, but the men always come home sick. What's the cause of this?
Sometimes the wife has been diagnosed with cervical cancer.
Sure.
That person will be starting to bleed for 3 to 6 months.
Non-stop.
So
she'll be very weak.
Yeah, she'll be not literal non-stop. Like 3 days they stop and then they start again. 2 days they stop and start again. All those things. Like puzzling, but almost she's always wearing something. I'm not mentioning the name. She's always wearing something. For the fact that your wife is sick, not confined in bed, just for the fact that your wife is sick, you started to have what you call sex meetings, boardroom meetings, car meetings at the back seat. Those meetings,
hot meetings,
they're very pathetic. They are very embarrassing because it is whereby your wife expecting you to support her. You are not going to cure her from cancer, but let her be relieved so that anything happens, she knows that she left you as a father who is caring for the children, even kissing her, even that she's sick. People come to a level that they become so annoyed, so impatient. They start to bully everybody because the wife is sick. Remember that your wife is a trap from God. If you cannot love your wife, you cannot love God. You just don't understand it.
I cannot repeat that one again.
Yes. Let me say that in English so that people will start to understand. Your wife, it is only a trap that is set up by God.
Sure.
Which means if you cannot love your wife, you have already exposed that you hate God so much that even something precious like this gave it to you and gave birth to your children. You still do not
Appreciate.
love, we do not appreciate. We have to know, if I buy you a car, or if I lend you one of my cars, and you drive my car otherwise, which means you don't like something that I gave it to you, which means that is the way you express to me how much you hate me. Because you assume that I was supposed to give you a Jaguar, Rolls Royce. Why you bought me this thing? I didn't say that I'm one Porsche. I'm not a Kessler. I'm still a young boy. I needed Golf 7, blah, blah, blah. No. Anything that God has given to you, no matter what it cost, you still have to appreciate it. Start to love it. If your wife is sick, literally sick, just ask her whether you can take her out. So that she'll say no. Just ask her what she wants to order so that it could be delivered. Just give her money if you know that she's not going to buy anything because she's always at home on a wheelchair. Once she's got money, like 4,000, 2,500, for the fact that you gave it to her, but you are earning 5,000 rand, but you afforded to give her like 500 rand for fun, just to have it. And she get relieved. Take note, when she dies, she quickly identifies someone to look after her children. That is why when you take a second wife after a wife has been wasted through this medical condition, the person that is coming to look after your family, your children, that person will be so much understanding because your wife has affected that person to be what you are, what she is now, because the way you treated her there when she was sick. We got proven otherwise, whereby people, they start to be violent when someone else is sick now at home. They'll be impatient, and you understand that your wife needs someone to come and help. Oh no, I've got children. Why don't you ask them to do it for you? I have to hire someone, and while you got children, ask them to... No. Your children, they're not your mate. Number one, those are just your children. If your wife wants something, she's maybe taking some kind of pills that your children should not know about it. She'd rather have someone who's working, someone who can vomit secret outside, not within the house.
Yes.
And now your children will start to know that, oh, my mom is taking ARVs. Oh, my mom is taking this now. Men, stop sex meetings. Ain't well for you. Ain't good for you. Thanks.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. Babu Dokotela, on this channel, Babu Dokotela TV, there was a client or a customer who's using a black stick. He then asked, I don't know if you saw that one.
Yes.
Does this black stick have any organ enlarging properties on its ingredients? Because I think maybe it's the way he was performing or what, but he felt so strong as if something had enlarged.
To be honest, most of us, we need penis enlargement in order to penetrate.
Oh, come on, Babu Dokotela.
There is no way with this willy like now as we are sitting, you can penetrate anything.
Okay.
It has to be enlarged first. And it must be hot. The temperature must be 7 times than ordinary. But you don't understand that your penis temperature is more than 38 degrees, the way it's so hot. It's like it's got a flu.
It's hotter than my fingers.
Yes, yeah, it's hotter than your fingers, hotter than anything. Only that organ is always hot.
I know it's got a lot of blood.
Yeah, 7 times.
7 times.
Yeah, 7 times than ordinary.
Yeah.
It has so many, so much content of electrolytes. What I'm saying is this. Black stick means libido. Black stick is not means something else. No. It just means libido. It's not penis enlargement or what, but it is men's libido. But in order for you to penetrate, firstly, black stick, it has to help it to grow and become hard. The reason why we did that, because we have identified that some people, they cannot erect at all.
Okay.
To erect on its own, meaning that your penis has to grow to a certain extent.
Level, yeah.
Yes, and then it must be strong, not soft like now. As we are driving now, your penis is soft. It's about to help you for urinating, nothing else. But when you're about to join the club, you must have a proper stick that is black. You must have a proper stick that is black. That is why we are saying that it is not intended to enlarge penisment, but for you to penetrate, it must enlarge. Then you cannot use it for that intention. Even you use it daily, but you cannot use it for the intention. It's just for erection. Your erection, if it's low, then you use it. Thanks.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. What is your message to these ungrateful people who behave like dogs? You know, when you feed a dog, sometimes the dog can just bite your hand. Same thing like a pig. But what is your message to those people?
This is sad. You meet someone who used to work with you at Engine or at Sapref, at Sasol.
Sure.
And that person is retired like you. You resigned, you did not retire because you were stealing cars, you ended up having kumbis or something. And then because it was your colleague and you're in good relationship, and ask that person to send a kumbi, it should be registered under your name. We call it bellet.
Sure.
It should be registered under your name. And that person, you are helping that person. And you are not taking anything from her, from him or her. And now that person is started to collide with your enemies within the association or organization for you to be reduced or killed, literally, so that he can able to have a free will without your bondage. And there are people, even us here in our traditional medicine, you find that you help people.
Incubating.
You incubate people, you breastfeed people. Some people will even financially support them. And they still collide with your foes, with your enemies. And they release your secrets, hoping that they emptied everything. There's no way that you can tell everything to anyone. Even your mother does not know everything. Your wife does not know everything about you. But we find that people that we were helping, those are the ones that to collide with people who want to put us down. And then it is so sad that you are helping someone else. Same person is biting same hand that you are releasing to him or her. And it is really sad because there are things that you are not supposed to get from same people that you are helping. But now, it even affected me a lot as Babu Dokotela. I took a bold decision to terminate most of the Nyangas because I came to my understanding that these people are not benefiting anything, they are not producing anything for the channel. Instead of that, they're just biting same hand. They're still biting them. Some of them, they're even a burden to me. And that is why I'm saying that the situation that we are encountering now, it is a situation that we are familiar with, that any person that you are helping, any person that you've been helping, sometimes you find that because of your age, you are 37 years old, there is a tender that you want to take. Because of this regulation that we are older than 35 years, and then you sign a contract, you put someone else in your company who's 32 years old. Once the person starts to work with you for 1 year and then wants to take over everything, but you were helping that hand, and that person is eating that hand. But he or she knows that she's got no separate financial background or support. And then you have to let it go. That is why I said, no, we have to talk about that. You help a person, that person bites same hand that you're helping. Yes.
So your advice is that you must just discard them.
We have to distance yourself as much as you can, and don't refuse to help them. Just don't help them. Simple as that. Don't say no, I won't help him. Say no, I'll think about it. Never say no, I'll think about it. I'll make a plan. It's just that you are not helping them.
Just keep them on suspense.
Yes, it's because they are toxic.
Sure.
Your orbit is bad. They're too close to the sun. They'll burn you.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Babu Dokotela. Now, let us talk to our overseas clients. People who watch Babu Dokotela all over the world. Maybe people don't know that. They think people who are overseas are just...
far away people.
They are too far from Babu Dokotela. How can you help these people, Babu Dokotela, if they want help from you?
Yeah, let us be honest. When it comes to this thing from people in overseas, most of them, they think what we do, it is methodistic. It's something that it is not done properly. Someone else may ask you to do his work or her work while she's in overseas, but what we need, it's one moti, is called isipaha, or warbuka salutarus in Latin.
Warbuka salutarus.
Yes, or in English we call it is a coughing bag.
Okay.
Coughing bag. You only need that, but when you do that, for your own safety, you cannot send a video to her so that she or he can see that you are doing this thing. It's all about you. Number one, the person overseas must send you her picture or his picture. The person overseas must send you her left or his left hand. so it will do the reading, so that you know when you raise the altar, and thereafter you will tell the person what to do in overseas. Simple as that. But the most powerful thing is an altar that you'll be invoking this side, but you are not allowed to take a shoot. Which means all you need is just Warbuka Sarutarus, his picture, his left hand, that's so that you can do the proper readings. And thereafter, but if he or he feels not comfortable, that particular person is always welcome to come and do a full formal ritual. Full formal ritual, but that ritual is only being performed at 12 midnight, which means overseas clients, they need to know when they come here for those initiatives, it will be only conducted at midnight, at 12 o'clock. Who is going to be conducting? My workers, not me. I cannot expose myself so much. I send people to do it for me. Daytime, even when you raise the altar, at daytime for overseas people, I ask people to do it because I'm matured enough. I have grown so many people under my wing so that they can always help me to fly. Babu Dokotela said it.
Thanks, Babu Dokotela. Let's go to the spiritual realm, Babu Dokotela. The Angeliology, that's what they call it. The
Angeliology.
The study of angels, yeah.
Yes.
There is someone out there who knows that he has a guardian angel, but he has never seen it. He would love one day to see this guardian angel. What can you say to those people who say, let me see my guardian angel?
There is an angel. When you are incarcerated, you need the minister to sign your warrant of liberation. There is a particular guardian angel you need to know. You are currently having a spondylosis, spinal pain. You want to be cured. There is a special guardian angel you need to invoke. But that angel, when you invoke, you must see that angel. When you are in incarceration, the minister does not want to sign your warrant of liberation, your warrant of freedom, so that you have to be released from prison before time. Warrant of liberation is only signed by a minister when the person applies for a parole.
Sure.
Thereafter, that particular archangel, it is Archangel Pathiel. Yes, Archangel Pathiel. When you invoke that angel, we have to teach you, we have to give you a special oil. Then you're going to burn at night at a certain time and chant this angel. So that angel is a roadblock, unblocker. Anything that is closed, the angel will open it. Prisons that are locking you, angel will let you free. That archangel, we call him Archangel Pathiel. But if you got a spondylosis, you got anorexia whereby anything that you eat you start to vomit. And the angel that you have to call, the angel that you have to invoke, God is a healer. Archangel Raphael. But when you invoke that angel must appear and tell you why you cannot be cured. But there are people, you are not listening to me. There are people who are sick because God, He wants to prove that these people are bold enough, they can take this without swearing Him.
Sure.
What I mean now, you'll find that a lion, when the lion is starving, no matter what it costs, it can never eat grass.
It's not part of his diet.
Never eat grass. We've proven otherwise that America has arrested so many people in the Middle East. But when they reached there, they were forced to eat bacon. Most of them, they committed suicide.
In America?
Yes, because they said Guatemala Island. Because they said it's better for them to die rather than eating pork. Pork, you can eat pork, will be full, but it will be haram.
Sure.
And then those people, they choose to die. And then that is why when you invoke this angel, that angel is an angel of the Lord to heal you. But God may not send that angel because He just wants to prove something about you, because He has entrusted you with His faith, that you got so much faith around you. You are blanketed with faith. The illness that you are currently suffering is not determining God. God has nothing to do for the fact that you are sick. God just wants to prove himself that when you die, and let me correct the spelling, God just wants to prove himself when this body dies, but you are not dying.
It's only the body that dies.
Yes, but there are people, and you are not listening to me, there are people that dies with their body.
Okay.
Yes, let me say that again. There are Muslims that die with their body. Anytime when you wrap around bombs around you, you die with your body. Whenever you commit a twin abortion, you die with your body. There are things whereby you just finish to rape a newborn child, 2 months, 3 months. When the mob hit you, you die with your body.
Okay.
You die with your body. You just finished to rape an old lady, you die with your body. Sure. There are those people who just die with their body. That is why we're saying invoke the angel of the Lord. But do not expect that when we invoke the angel will come and tell you that you'll be healed. You don't have to be healed, because for you to be healed, it's only determined by God. For you to be released in prison, it's only determined by God. Because some people say, Babu Dokotela, have enchanted Archangel Pathiel, he appeared, but I'm still locked up. But they were prisoners that we are about to benefit from you. You find that the person is a lawyer. He's giving legal advices to some inmates who are here for just a petty crime.
Sure.
That is why you are incarcerated, because God needed someone like you in this particular prison. Because when we are saying invoke the angel, we just want to see the angel, not that you just want to be let out.
Sure.
Because for the fact that you've been sent to prison, because you are going to work in prison, there's a ministry that we are supposed to accomplish.
In prison.
In prison. For the fact that we are poor, but we are smart, that is why God needed you to be poor, so that the rich people can use you. Because they needed someone like you. They needed someone like you, but most people like you, they're very rich. They don't submit to anyone. And God had to make you poor, so that rich people can exalt you. Then don't insult for the fact that, why I'm asking Archangel Raziel to make me rich, but God is not responding. No, Archangel has got nothing to do with the poverty.
If it's in God's will.
Only God makes people rich, not angels make people rich. Angels take a message to God, and then God take a decision whether to consider you rich or not rich. Why? Because I'm influenced with angels. Why I'm not rich? I can chant any angels. I've got codes, I've got everything for the angels, but I'm still drinking black tea with 60,000 rand next to me, not 60 million in dollars.
60,000 rand.
In rand. Not
you know,
in
for
dollars.
some people, that is wealth.
Oh, you call it wealth?
For some people, that is wealth.
Or in Zimbabwe.
in South Africa.
No, it's been a pleasure to talk to you people. Thank you very much. And then do not insult God, no matter what it costs you. Don't change your genes, your genetic organs. Do not change them, no matter what it costs you. You rather drink water instead of drinking oil, because oil cannot replace water.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was Babu Dokotela, our University of Life. Catch us again next time. Thanks, Babu Dokotela.
Siyabonga.